If the New York Giants are serious about winning football games and trying to turn this season around, they would fire Shane Bowen right now. Before we dive into all of that, as well as one more major change I think the New York Giants need to make, I want to hear from you in the comment section. What is your number one takeaway from the Giants' loss to the Dallas Cowboys? Sound off. This is New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by as we go over my biggest two takeaways from this football game. My stomach is still in knots after that loss. I don't want to talk to anybody, and I just want to go home and cry. But let's start with this. It's time. It's time. The New York Giants must fire defensive coordinator Shane Bowen if they want to be a legitimate NFL defense. The way that he coaches defense is the opposite of the New York Giants and their 101 years of existence. He plays a soft, undisciplined, weak defense. An idea of bend but don't break. Except the Giants defense, it gets bent and it gets broken, and when they have to get a stop, they never, ever get it. The New York Giants today had two chances on defense to win the football game for the team. Two chances to go and win the football game. We put out multiple videos every single day on this channel, and I think in every single video we have said the formula for the New York Giants to win games is easy. Their defense has to be elite. And if you can get a lead, your defense has to turn up the heat and let the dogs loose. The Giants do not do that. Shane Bowen is incapable of being aggressive. He is a soft-minded defensive coordinator. The opposite of what the New York Football Giants built their legacy off of. Lawrence Taylor watching that game probably wants to throw up. Every great Giant that ever wore this jersey and was a defensive player is disgusted with the way that this team plays defense. Two chances to win the football game. On fourth down, Russell Wilson finds Wan'Dale Robinson for a 40-yard touchdown, but to put the New York Giants up with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left. The New York Giants take the lead. And just like that, they let Dak Prescott drive it down their throat for a touchdown. 30-27. And you let Dak Prescott and the Cowboys drive it down your throat. You failed your offense right there. If I told you guys the Giants would be up 30-27 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left, and all they had to do was get a stop to win, we all would have took that. And now we all look like idiots. But what if I told you the New York Giants took the lead with 25 seconds left after Russell Wilson finds Malik Nabers for a 50-yard touchdown with 25 ticks left in the ball game to go up 37-34. 25 seconds. You had to get one stop. You already failed to get a stop with 2 minutes and change left in the ball game to win the game. Then your offense, led by Russell Wilson, who played his tail off outside of two plays, is let down. Your defense is supposed to be the heartbeat of this football team. $100+ million to Dexter Lawrence. $150 million to Brian Burns, plus a second round pick. Abdul Carter, number 3 overall. Kayvon Thibodeaux, number 5 overall. Bobby Okereke is one of the highest paid inside linebackers in the league. Deonte Banks is a first-round pick. Paulson Adebo, one of the highest paid corners in the league. Jevon Holland, one of the highest paid safeties in the league. Tyler Newman, a second-round pick at safety. All of your resources are spent on defense. And with 25 seconds left, you couldn't manufacture a stop. The strength of a defense is defined by how they play when they are needed most. Good defenses, they can be good in the first 60, 45, 50, 55 minutes of a game. But great defenses, when their best is needed, when they have to get a stop to win the game, that is when great defenses flex their muscles. New York Giants have a lot of names on defense. Gave up 40 points today. My biggest gripe with Shane Bowen is he plays a losing style of defense. We're going to try to make you make mistakes on your own accord. We're not even going to force you into mistakes. This next screenshot makes me want to break something. 37-34. The New York Giants up by 3. 14 seconds left. Ball at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. And look how the Giants' defense is set up. Corner at the bottom of the screen, 12 yards off. Corner at the top of the screen, 10 yards off. Bobby Okereke and Dane Belton, playing linebacker essentially, are 10 yards off. The closest defender that is not lined up on the line of scrimmage is your slot corner on the right side. And he is 7 yards off the ball. And your safeties are 20 yards off the ball. This was the play where the right slot, right here, just runs a 16-yard stop route. And Dak Prescott hits him. And Aubrey comes on to kick a field goal as time expires to send it to overtime. All you had to do was not give up a first down here. That's all you had to do. And you couldn't put your players in position to be successful. Shane Bowen, you have failed the New York Giants. You have let all Giants fans down. This is fireable. Absolutely fireable. 12-yard button hook. Jake Ferguson, middle of the field. First down, go to overtime. 14 seconds left. Up by 3 at the 33-yard line. And the New York Giants lose. They lose. Oh, my God. A wise man once said, prevent defense prevents you from winning. And Shane Bowen has never heard anyone say that because he ran prevent defense on 2 different possessions, which both resulted in points for Dallas, which costed the New York Giants the game. So you gave up 40 points today. You gave up 21 points in week 1. You gave up 432 yards in week 1. 432 yards. You gave up 478 yards today. You've given up 910 yards of total offense in 2 weeks. The Giants are allowing 455 yards of offense through 2 weeks. How? How is that man supposed to keep his job? The NFL is supposed to be about production, merit, earning your keep. Shane Bowen is not the man for the job. He wasn't the man for the job when the Giants hired him. I made a video that it wasn't a right hire. I said they should have fired him last year. John Mara said they essentially should have fired him. But you brought him back. And that is why you are 0-2. Maybe you don't win week 1. A competent defensive coordinator would be smart enough to win the football game against the Cowboys today. But the Giants are now paying the price for not moving off of a sunk cost, which Shane Bowen was. He is the opposite of what the New York Giants defense, the history of the New York Giants defense is about. Because the Giants, the New York football Giants, are about fast, physical, and aggressive defense. Fast, physical, aggressive. Who has ever described a Shane Bowen defense as fast, physical, and aggressive? Nobody. If you want the Giants to fire Shane Bowen, hit that thumbs up icon for me. And if you have a reason he should be brought back, give me that down in the comment section as well. Second takeaway of the game. Marcus Bowe needs to be a starting offensive lineman on this football team. It is time for Marcus Bowe to be a starter. Even if Andrew Thomas plays against the Kansas City Chiefs, Marcus Bowe needs to be starting somewhere. Oh, and blast James Hudson to the moon. He does not deserve to have New York Giants on his chest. He has not earned the right to be a New York Giant. But guess what? Joe Shane went out and signed him on day one of free agency, and said, I fixed the swing tackle problem. I fixed it. And I don't even give him credit for taking Marcus Bowe in the 5th round. My mother knew that you should have took Marcus Bowe in the 5th round. Everybody that did any ounce of scouting knew that Marcus Bowe should not have been on the board in the 5th round. It was a night and day difference. Night and day difference. Immediately when 55 came out of the game, the Giants had time. Russ was able to work from a pocket. They were able to throw the ball down the field. And most importantly, it wasn't penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty. Even if Andrew Thomas could play next week, I am putting Marcus Bowe somewhere on this offensive line. Dan Duggan reporting that John Runyon went for an x-ray post-game. He said he got hit in the back and felt a little like crack on the opening drive and played through it. He said he should be okay, but wasn't feeling great after the game. I'm looking at Greg Van Roten, and I'm looking at John Michael Schmitz. I haven't got to watch the in-depth tape of the offensive line's performance. I'm not against moving Greg Van Roten to center and John Michael Schmitz to the bench and Marcus Bowe to right guard. I'm also not against putting Marcus Bowe at right tackle, Jermaine Illuminor at right guard, and keeping JMS or putting Greg Van Roten there. But Marcus Bowe's the top 5 offensive lineman on this team. He needs to play. Got a couple more thoughts coming up about this game, but take advantage of the deal. Chatsports.com/NYGPolo. It was $55. It's now $26. Get your polo today. That link will be clickable down in the comments and the description of this video. 40-37. Giants lose. 0-2 for the 7th year out of the last 9. Unreal. I want to bring on producer Andrew Connell before we bounce on out of here. You watched the game with me. What are we not talking about? What do you want to talk about? What stood out to you from this ball game?
I think we called it pretty early on that some of those mistakes that they made early in the game when they were outplaying Dallas were going to come back to bite them. He's settling for a field goal in the red zone, the penalties that on offense that stalled the drive a little bit, on defense that gave Dallas some more opportunities. We said, I think there was about 3 times, we're going to come back to this moment if the Giants lose as one of the moments that cost them the game. So just have to play cleaner. They're not good enough to be able to beat themselves and still win. Just cleaner, better execution.
People will look to the call of going forward on 4th down after the Andrew Phillips interception. Sure, it's easy to say it's a bad call when they don't get it. How about Cam Scadaboo just catch the football?
Yeah.
You're an NFL running back. Catch the football.
That's it. You want to be the starting running back. You want to be a guy who's depended upon on this team. You want to be one of the main weapons. You got to make the plays when it counts. And He's not. He's one of a few guys who came up short today.
Yeah, and I'm not just pointing him out. I'm just thinking. I'm just recalling moments. What about when the Giants were up 6-0 and they forced the second 3-and-out of the game? They get the ball back with an opportunity to turn it into a 2-possession ball game, and they go 3-and-out and they have to punt. Dallas goes down and gets a field goal right away.
Yeah, maybe they're not used to it because they're not used to playing with a lead. But when you have the chance to kind of step on their throat and kind of build that 2-score lead and really give yourself more of a cushion, you have to seize it because Dallas came back and by halftime it was either they were up or it was a tie game. You know, when you're outplaying the team and the score doesn't reflect it, that's not a good sign.
No. That's why it's always process over results. It's always process over results. In the fourth quarter and overtime, the Giants defense allowed 148 yards across 20 plays, 7.4 yards per play. A defense is judged and rated on how good they are when they have to be good. Giants defense was not good enough when they needed to be good. 2 chances to win the game for their team. Two different chances. After the Wan'Dale Robinson touchdown, after the Malik Nabers touchdown, and they couldn't get it done.
Still, despite all their mistakes, they still had the opportunity right in front of them to seize it, change the narrative around this team, change the public perception, and they failed, and that's why we're here talking about it.
And now you get to play an 0-2 Chiefs team on Sunday Night Football at the home opener.
Who's hungry they are starving for a W dating back to last season and the Super Bowl. So you better bring your A game, otherwise it's going to be an embarrassment. Unreal. We're going to sign off on today's show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. See you later.